Okay.
Поговорим ему жену, когда пролез.
Yeah. How about now?
Good.
So,
This is amazing.
so amazing.
Single best intro ever. I think.
Yep. Okay. How about we start? Guys.
I'm sure that the music is delayed.
Yeah, about 10 seconds.
About 10 seconds delayed, so I think you can meet the music now, I think. That might be a good place to start. So, now I think that our introduction, the very first introduction that we make, probably should be made by our lovely Rinlavi here. So,
Oh,
the floor is yours, I suppose.
okay. So I should introduce myself, right?
Probably.
So, you can call me Ren Lavi or just
Or
Ren.
introduce the podcast.
Oh, so our podcast. So okay. Hello, ladies and gents. Amazing, yes. Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome to our United podcast by the Hobos, the chosen United Hobos. Yes, we united throughout the world, and right now we're doing a podcast, the most amazing podcast you will ever see.
Oh yes, hopefully that's gonna be that.
Well,
Maybe.
aiming high.
Yeah, probably. So I think we should begin this introduction. So I'll be your host today. My name is Carlos. You should refer to me like that. Nobody does, but you should. So yeah, enjoy this priority.
Charlie.
No, Charlie, yes, that is annoying, but you can call me like this. That is kind of bad. Anyways, so this is the very first podcast that we're making today. We're gonna make some sort of an introductions, I think. Like, try to keep them short, guys. I could begin. Well, my name is here gonna be Carlos, but yeah, I'm not gonna say my real name. I mean, there might be my parents watching, so hopefully they don't recognize me. Too good of a relationship. Anyways, so yeah, I'm currently studying economics, and well, truthfully, spending a lot of time on the internet. So I'm gonna be doing just that, providing you with entertainment, naming topics, and well, hopefully it's gonna be not as awful as our introduction was. So yeah, go ahead, Paul.
Paul, okay. Thank you for your introduction, Carlos San. It was nice to meet you. And basically, if it's my turn, then I can say that I'm a pretty simple guy, just another random dude. And I'm the guy who you could call the tech guy. I usually fix computers and stuff, and I'm a big fan of Japanese culture. So I really like manga, anime, and stuff like that.
So what you're saying is that you don't have any friends? Sure.
Yeah, something
Pretty
like that. Yeah, and I was studying computer science, but I don't anymore, and I'm a bit lost in the life. So that's about it.
Okay.
Lavi?
Okay, so you can call me Ren or Ren Lavi as you want, and today I'm introducing myself as, okay, to be honest, I'm just a cook, cooking pizzas. Also, I'm a jack of all trades, if you can call me that. I know how to do everything, but nothing well. So,
One could say you're a pro at jacking.
So yeah.
You're a good gamer.
I'm a decent gamer. I like music, I like gaming, I like anime, I like movies, I like girls.
Oh, by the way, we
Not
have
guys.
a bit of a technical problem. I have a report that the voice of the other guy, I'm not sure which guy that is, but is echoing. So I think, Paul, you have that problem with the echoing voice. So you could try to resolve that somehow. That's already incredibly professional, I suppose. Yeah.
Please don't.
Anyways, so yeah, now that we're done with the introductions, we should probably tell what we're going to do. So the structure of this podcast is going to be quite loose. We're going to be talking about all of the random topics all over the place. By the way, if you want to send us something, you can always type into chat. We always appreciate that. Probably. So yeah, anyways, we're going to be... right here, I have a list of topics. Now that we're done with the introductions, we should probably see what we're going to do. So the structure of this podcast I made a list that we're going to be talking about a lot of effort on my side. So yeah, anyways, we're going to be covering quite a few topics. We're not going to, obviously, since we are all gamers, this is going to be game-oriented, but it's not going to be, all about games. So if you're not interested in gaming, anyways, you can still, stick around and I suppose, well, enjoy your time here and just listen to us, well, say some useless stuff. Anyways, now, the thing that was happening on the internet lately was that, the year was ending. That was, of course, 18 years ago, so 18 days ago, not years. Yeah, we're not that old. Anyways, but yeah, 18 days ago, the new year came. So that's like still the big thing around the world. And still people are talking about their New Year's resolutions. And I know you're tired of hearing that. But yeah, we're going to be talking about that a little bit. And the thing is that we have made small little lists of the top games that we played this year. Now, the key word in this is this year. The games that we played this year. It doesn't mean that the game came out this year. No. Don't think that we're going to provide you with anything.
Okay, just shut up and tell us your games.
Yeah, okay. I think that we should do it, game by game. So in order, we made lists of top 6 because, well, we're hipsters like that. So I think we should begin with number 6 and then go down, basically on the place number 1.
You mean from the best to the least?
From the worst to the best. Well, we really cannot call them worst because, well, they're the games that we enjoyed the most this year. So yeah, how about Rinlavi, you begin with your number 6?
Okay, so my number 6, it would be Dynasty Warriors 8.
Dynasty Warriors 8.
Dynasty Warriors 8.
Dinosaur Wars.
Dinosaur Wars.
Dynasty Warriors. Please listen more carefully. And it's a game about China's war history and stuff. It's action-based game, just hack and slash stuff. You're going through missions, killing lots of enemies, and that's pretty much it.
Okay, so could you tell me, why did you like it? What was so special about it, to you this year, maybe?
So the best thing about it was its combat system. It's really quite good, and I had really much fun. That's accurate in grammar. I had much fun playing with it and just killing stuff. And it really makes you feel like badass. So
what you're saying essentially is that you enjoy killing stuff and killing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, killing a lot of stuff.
Don't we all?
We kind of do,
I suppose we do. Yeah, I suppose we do. We're gamers.
We're gamers.
Yeah.
And it's like human nature, so.
Well, that is a thing that we will have to discuss. I think, whether killing other people is in human nature. There's been a lot of stuff about that. A lot of philosophers talked about that. But yeah. Anyways, now, Paul, what would be your number 6?
Okay. Mine is a game that was very unexpected to me. I actually didn't want to play it at first, but after trying it out, I really enjoyed it. And it is called To the Moon. You know this one.
I heard about it, but...
So that's why I will introduce it. And basically it's a small indie game made by one person. And it has these kind of retro graphics. It's a very, very small game, but what I really liked about it was the story and how it was given to the player, kind of. So I don't really know how to say this, but and without spoiling everything, but it kind of I don't know how to say this, but you should just play it. You like it. I'm pretty sure about it.
Okay, now we're getting into indie stuff. Now, when it comes to me, my 6th place of the year goes to the game which did not come out this year, I think, and it's Europa Universalis 4. We had, it's basically one of those grand strategy games. It's not that popular, I suppose, amongst the kids nowadays, because, well, they consider it to be a bit complicated, and I can see where they're coming from, I suppose, when it comes to that. But it's basically about managing your empire and, well, conquering everything and getting the most points and stuff like that. Yeah, and, we've enjoyed the multiplayer of it with a couple of friends. Not these guys, of course, but yeah. So, yeah, we enjoyed basically the entire process of playing it, and we had a lot of laughs. There was this huge, I was playing as Spain, and we were invading the kingdom of Aragon. So, I mean, it took us maybe I don't know, maybe 5 hours to manage it all. You know, I was Spain, my friend was France, so we were kind of allied on this. And the funny thing is that after the combat ended and the fighting ended, you know, and it was a long war. I mean, in game time, it took maybe, 10 years or something like that, maybe 15 years. I'm not really sure how the time flows in that game. But anyways, so yeah, it took us a long time. And after this entire thing happened, I got this message, basically pop-up from the game, that Kingdom of Aragon joins you because they decided to join you, not because you conquered them. And just then we realized that we spent maybe 3 or 4 hours trying to conquer a kingdom which would eventually, when the time comes by, join us in any case. So yeah, that is Europa Universalis 4 for you. It's an amazing game. Try it out if you have the chance. But yeah, don't be afraid. It's easier than any other Paradox games because, well, it's made by Paradox and they really enjoy the complicated stuff. So yeah. Anyways, Runlavi, number 5 on your list.
And number 5 would be A Continent of the Ninth Seal.
Oh.
Yeah, it's an MMORPG game, basically action-based. And I enjoyed it quite a lot playing it. And, well, pretty much. Classes are really nicely made. Animations look amazing. It gets pretty difficult in the higher levels, and all in all, it's a really well-made game, and it's really, in my experience in MMO gaming, it should be the top 1 MMO game that I've ever played.
Mm-hmm. Now, I would like to interrupt you, basically, because we have some issues in the chat. So, there are some people saying that, well, there are some... That's a big statement because there's actually...
No, he's trolling. He's trolling.
That the video is not showing. Anyways, but there's another guy that I have on Facebook which is writing that my volume apparently is really low. So I think you should try to increase the reception volume of my voice, essentially, because we're recording this throughout the Skype. So hopefully, nobody gets, we can resolve the problems which incur during this podcast or broadcast or
okay, should be better now. I hope. Okay.
So to the guy who is writing me, could you write me once again and tell me how the quality is right now? Anyways, so yeah.
I want to add something.
Yeah.
To Runlavi's comment about C9. I played it and I kind of agree with you because I really enjoyed that game for a while. Probably because it has a fast action pace, which only quite a few MMOs have these days. And another thing, PvP. It's one of the best.
Yes,
PvP
is really an amazing feature in that game.
Yeah.
You cannot just go to PvP and be badass there. You have to learn it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like something.
It has
like
a quite big skill gap.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's rather complex, I suppose. The thing that I heard about Continent of the Ninth, and it's actually the biggest critique that I could possibly give to the game because I played it a couple of years ago, I suppose, was that it got quite repetitive and the PvE content was, well, not worth playing, really. It was really grindy.
Yes.
Each to its own.
PvE is like you finish a story like once and then just grinding because it's based on PvP. The PvP is amazing in that game and you cannot get enough of it.
Okay. By the way, we have once again the echoing issue. So, Paul, could you try to resolve that? By the way, Paul, could everyone reintroduce ourselves because some of the viewers, since we have so little of them, are a little bit confused with what is happening, or with the names. So I'm Carlos, the guy below me is Runlavi, and the guy to the, I forgot the sides, I suppose, to the right, is basically Paul. So yeah.
First of all, who is echoing?
Yeah, that would be good. If you are sending us any comments about, some technical stuff, so for example, if you hear somebody echoing or something like that, try to write the name of the person because it's way easier to identify and to eliminate the problem if we know where the problem is and rather not,
First of all, who is echoing?
Trying to figure out what
I just realized I am the one who's echoing.
Okay.
But I have no idea how to fix it, so I'll just take a look into it.
Yeah, and the mobile viewers are, well, I suppose they cannot see the content, the video, but this is all about the audio, so hopefully if the problem resolves by itself and, well, still, the audio is the most important part. So try focusing on that. Go do some stuff. Maybe make a sandwich or something. While you're at it. And well, just enjoy the show. What is going on. You don't necessarily need to see anything. So yeah. Anyways. So, Continent the ninth, nice choice, I suppose. I wouldn't name it as my favorite game, of the year. So top left guy is echoing as fuck. Wow, that's really specific. Top left guy. So that
top
would be
left,
me.
which is you, Charlie.
Yeah. So I'm echoing. So could you try to resolve something like that? With that. Right. So yeah. Anyways. Oh, just don't speak, please. Oh, that is nice of you. That's just like my father. I don't know.
Poor guy. No one cares about you, pal.
Yeah, nobody does. Nobody ever did. Shut up.
I just tried muting Skype. So that,
could you maybe move that chart away from my face? Could you please? Pavlos, could you move that thing? Anyways,
Can I move what?
Yeah. Anyways, so Paul, such a professional podcast by this point. So Paul, could you tell me what was your number 5 game this year?
Can you hear me? You can. Okay. My number 5. Sorry, I will probably echo again, but I will fix it as soon as I can. As soon as I finish speaking. So my number 5 is basically a game for PS3.
Mm-hmm.
It's exclusive actually, and probably no one of you know this, but it's called Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. It's basically a very childish game, kind of. It's about basically a kid who was living in a normal life, and basically everything was going fine until he kind of got into the other world where there are of course monsters and bad guys and stuff like that. But one interesting aspect of this game that I really liked was that you kind of have a chance to meet people, and you can kind of borrow some of their good things, kind of like happiness, for example, I don't know more of those.
Let me borrow happiness, okay?
So you're just like Obama, you're taking good things away from people.
affection, being able to understand something. I don't know these words, but basically borrow all kinds of good things from the person who are abundant of those things.
Paulus, could you try to resolve my problem with my audio? People are dying in the chat.
Your audio, not mine.
My audio. Could you fix my audio because I'm echoing? I think you're recording it twice, maybe.
Am I not echoing? By myself.
No, Paul's echoing, not Carlos.
No, you can see top left guy. So that would be me.
Well, maybe that person doesn't know freaking size.
Because I think I'm the one.
Because Carlos, you're not echoing for me.
Can anyone else write if it's the left or the right guy? I just want to finish because once I stop talking, you won't hear it. So the thing is, when you take these kind of interesting things from those people, you can give them to other people who don't have enough of those things. So for example, if a person is not motivated, like he doesn't want to do anything, you can just borrow it from another person and give it to him. So it's a very interesting mechanic, and I kind of really liked it because it's very childish and fun game.
So yeah, it's right guy. So it's you, Paulus. Could you resolve your audio?
Yes, please. Sorry. Okay, please, Charlie, move on with your 5.
So yeah, okay. So I think it's my turn now. So my top 5, number 5 game of this year is an old game, actually. Not that old, but yeah, the right guy. So you, Paulus, or Paul, or whatever. Could you try to, just fix the problem? Anyways,
just shut up.
Yeah. I mean, anyways. For me, it would be probably League of Legends. I discovered it this year. I always thought that it was a very bad game. I was constantly, basically making fun of people who played.
Very sorry, Charlie. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me at all?
Yeah.
Yes, perfect. I think I fixed it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So Go Kill Flocks right now in the chat apologizing to me. So apology accepted, I suppose. Anyways, yeah. So when it comes to League of Legends, I discovered it this year. So this is why I put it on my list. You know, we spent maybe, I don't know, 100 hours playing it or something like that. You know, that is how much I spent. Those two guys, you know, they spent quite a bit more. But yeah, I enjoyed it immensely. You know, we had a lot of fun moments, a lot of really enraging moments, I suppose, where I was just yelling at my computer and wanted to throw it away. So that is what games does to you. Games like that does to you. By the way, I just love my camera because it's clustered with various, you know, charts and stuff like that. So Paul, could you try doing it on the other desktop? Anyways, so yeah, League of Legends for me. The reason why it's not higher up on the list is due to the fact that, you know, first of all, it has a huge learning curve. And since I was playing with, you know, with these guys, essentially, you know, these guys, you know, I didn't enjoy as much because, well, I had to learn a lot of stuff really quickly because they were already advanced, you know. So, yeah.
But you did a good job. You can pat yourself.
Yes. I did just that. Anyways, yeah, so that would be my number 5. Now, number 4 for you, Rin.
So number 4 for me would be a game that I just recently started playing, and it's called Cube World.
Can you say that again?
Cube World.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a sandbox RPG action game. You can play it on multiplayer servers. You can create your own multiplayer server and stuff. And whatnot, and just play around with friends. It's really a challenging game. If you want to reach something, get some loot and stuff. It's really challenging. You don't really get much skills, but well, it requires good timing and stuff. And it's, yeah, basically my favorite type of games are action-based, fast-paced and stuff. So that would be my choice for number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that is a sound choice. Now, when it comes to Cube World, I find the aesthetic really appalling. Let's be honest. I mean, it's you know, one of those Minecraft-y style like games, and you know, I really hate the cube-like graphics. And you know, I just cannot get over myself. You know, I heard that it's a, you know, gorgeous-looking game, but when I look at the screenshots, I simply think, okay, another clone of Minecraft. You know, with an RPG setting, of course.
It doesn't feel anything like Minecraft. You cannot mine there and stuff.
Well, let's just not argue about it. We're talking about aesthetics. So Charlie's point is that it's not very appalling, right? It's not very nice.
It's appalling. It's appalling. It's not very appealing. Yes, yeah. That would be English for you. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I kind of disagree because I actually, for myself, I really enjoyed it, and the graphics, the aesthetics really look nice for me. It's a personal preference, so. Yeah, let's not fight over it, okay?
Yeah, I think that, you know, we should settle about that. Now, Paul?
Mm-hmm. My number 4 is also PS3 exclusive, and it is one of the best games that I've played ever. Mm-hmm. And it has a lot of bugs and minuses, but it has something that kind of made my experience feel so fulfilled and enjoyable that I cannot miss it.
So you're talking about How Tallful Boyfriend, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Props to you if you know the joke. Yeah.
Okay. Basically, it's called Dragon's Dogma, Dark Arisen expansion, and it is a very similar game to Dark Souls. It has very similar mechanics, but it's not so difficult. It doesn't have this kind of huge death penalty, and you don't have to start over again. It also has a very, very awesome combat mechanics. You have a lot of possible combinations, and you usually travel with 3 other teammates who are... It sucks, but they are AI controlled. They're not that bad, but if there were a co-op experience, that game would probably be my favorite game so far. Because you usually just fight with your colleagues, with your teammates, against like all kinds of big groups, and enemies are very smart. They usually don't just come charging you. They usually use all kinds of tactics. They surround you. They use all kinds of items, basically. And especially, for example, at night. Night is insanely beautiful there. They have these very, very nice lightning effects. And basically, at night, all the monsters are more active, and they just kind of they are basically more aggressive. And it's
basically the game is like Dark Souls, but with the day and night cycle. And at night, the monsters are buffed.
Yeah, a little bit, but that's not the main point. The main point is basically combat and exploration, because exploring is insanely satisfying. You just go into some random cave and you just find all kinds of awesome things. Like, you find a cyclops, you think you cannot take it, but then you kind of try, and after a few times you just take it down, and then you have this such a satisfiable feeling. It's just basically an insanely awesome game, but it has minuses, so it doesn't have multiplayer. Yeah.
Could you repeat how it's called again?
Dragon's Dogma, Dark Arisen.
Huh.
But it's PS3 exclusive.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're talking about this Dragon's Dogma game, and what I hear is, it's an easier version of Dark Souls, an easier version, which does not have co-op, which does not have multiplayer. The exploration, that you mentioned, which is really good, So I was wondering essentially, is the difficulty the only thing which, is
different from Dark Souls?
I'm sorry?
Is different from Dark Souls?
Yeah, is this the only thing which differs?
No, not really. Basically, the biggest difference is what I said, combat mechanics and the teamwork. Because you kind of control the other party members if you want. You can switch to any of them. And they all have very different...
So it's something like Dragon Age?
In a way, yes, actually. Yeah, there is some similarity in that.
Uh-huh.
It's like, a combination of Dragon Age, maybe Origins, in real time, of course, with Dark Souls. Yeah, kind of.
Okay, yeah. Now, Paul is coming up with all those really interesting games, and, mine are really washed out and, well, I suppose, really popular nowadays. So my fourth game in this list that I made 10 minutes before the show is Hearthstone. And, I spent quite a lot of time playing it. It's been a great time filler. I mean, you can basically lay in your bed at the evening and, well, instead of going to those weird sites all over the internet, you can just go and play some matches, try to play with some gimmicky decks, and stuff like that. So, I mean, Hearthstone is, of course, a trading card game by Blizzard. If you don't know it, I'm not sure what you're doing here. Just go check it out, go play it. It's free to play, all those things are included. It's not pay to win, per se, because you can get all of the things that, the premium guys get. At the same rate, I suppose it's a little bit different with its expansion, which was launched maybe half a year ago. I'm talking about Naxxramas. They included the special cards, which you could only achieve if you pass through the certain dungeons, or just basically it's encounters with different NPCs. And so you sort of playing your cards, against a computer pre-built deck, which is kind of overpowered and at the same time really challenging. So the thing that I found really interesting about that is that, or not really that interesting, but I suppose it was to the detriment of the game, was the fact that you could buy the entrance into those dungeons really easily, or you can basically, just go buy some gems or whatever the premium currency of that game is. I think there's no premium currency, but you can just straight up buy the access to the dungeons. So I think that kind of made the game unbalanced for the players who do not want to spend a single dime, on the game. But when we are considering a game of such proportions, let us call it that way. I mean, the game is really popular, and it's by Blizzard. So of course there's going to be some sort of a crazy monetization program, which is going to be included inside the game. So taking that into account, I think that Hearthstone has a really fair model when it comes to that. So yeah,
but it sounds like the biggest reason why you enjoyed this game was that you can actually kind of get the premium content without paying the money. So
in a sense it was like that, because you can still remain competitive without paying any money. So yeah. And also, it's a very relaxing experience. You don't have to be involved. For example, if you're playing League of Legends, you have to sit at a table, you have to,
concentrate and stuff like that.
But yeah, so probably, this is why I like Hearthstone a little bit more than I like League, because, well, you could just relax, just lay in your bed and just, play that game instead of, playing it with yourself, I suppose. Anyways, let's move away from playing with ourselves. So, number 3 Rin.
Okay, number 3 would be, for me, one of those 8-bit graphics game. It's called Starbound.
Oh.
So yeah, it's basically Terraria-like game, and it's made by the same people that made Terraria, and it's quite interesting game with a really large of content. You can play it like for infinite hours. You can play it as much as you want. It's quite challenging at some points. And you can play it multiplayer with your friends and stuff. Multiplayer games is like where I go. Yeah, it's pretty much fun game and really well developed. And it's in development still, so hopefully we will see it really progress into something really big. And yeah.
Yeah, okay. I see, basically. Now, I was wondering, so, I also wanted to put Starbound on my list. I played maybe 50 hours of it or something like that. So it's a huge amount, in comparison with what I, usually do with games. But the thing is that, with Starbound, I just found that, they focused a lot on basically exploration. And that was like the main focus because, well, it's basically an exploration game in a Terraria-like setting where you go through different planets and, build stuff and, look for stuff. So it's Terraria in space, essentially. Yes. But the thing that I did not really enjoy about that game is that initial progression is really slow. So, for example, if you go and kill some sort of a guy who has a castle or something like that in that game, and you manage to take its weapon, you're probably not going to change that weapon for maybe, 10 hours or something like that. Because you will not find the recipes, it's really hard to craft stuff, and also, as the game stands right now, because it's obviously still in early access, it does not have a great progression system, I believe. They wanted to include some sort of a questing system into the game, but the thing was that, that essentially... the problem was basically that the game is still in early access, and the questing system is not working as it's supposed to, and there's a lot of things that still need to be added into the game. So this is why I did not include Starbound into my list. So yeah.
Okay.
What about you, Paul? What do you think about Starbound?
I just want to mention, Ronaldo, you can stop typing because he's talking about the hobo guy. Hobo guy. He says he's the one who's lagging. So, yeah. Good job.
Oh, okay. Good one.
Okay, so my number 3 is what we probably everyone knows here. It's a popular game. Well, not maybe, but it's a very good game. Everyone, I think, agrees with it. And basically, it's called Dishonored. And what I liked about this game is I don't particularly like stealthy games, but this one was kind of different. And I really enjoyed it because it offered a lot of different possibilities how to go through the campaign, and it was not linear. You can just do you can usually have at least 3 different ways, sometimes even 5, 6 ways to do any mission, and it just this kind of freedom was really what I needed, and it's basically the whole game itself without these kind of possibilities. It's simply insanely awesome without that. It has a very, very good story. It has nice combat mechanics, and basically everything's really good about it. It's one of my top 10 games at all, I think.
Okay, now that would be a different list. We would have to review a lot of stuff. I wonder. I think we should take this person, and there's somebody in the chat who is making inappropriate jokes. So let's see, if anybody is offended by that, we are the moderators of the chat, so we can give him a little bit of a timeout. So he's, of course, our partner in regards to a lot of things. If you go to his channel, you will see him hosting us. So we're really thankful for that. But come on, stop with the jokes. Try not to be as offensive as you are right now. Anyways, so with Dishonored, did you know that there are different endings depending on how you play the game?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's essentially The game is essentially about a guy who ends up in a city, and he gains, some sort of a god or something like that, gives him, supernatural abilities. And well, he progresses through the defensive. Okay. Basically, you progress through the story, and then you have multiple ways of dealing with stuff. So, for example, you can be sneaky and try not to kill everybody. You can also go around killing everybody, and this is precisely what I did. And depending on how you deal with the problems in game, with the stealth missions and stuff like that, the
outcome is different.
Ending of the game is going to change. So, for example, if you go around and kill people because there's some sort of a disease or the plague in the city, so if you go around killing everybody, the disease spreads, and probably at the end of the game, you will see the city dead and how you succumb to this evil god. Spoilers. If you go around and if you don't kill anybody and you're basically hit people with a sword, you essentially hide places and stuff like that. So
it won't be as bad. It will be a little bit bad, but not that bad.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit bad, but not that bad. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I really enjoyed Dishonored. It's just strange for me that you played it only this year, because I played it a couple of years ago and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, have you played Dishonored, Rin?
Yes, I did. I played it a few years back, I think, or a year back, and I really liked it. I played it stealthy.
Yeah, the best way.
The best way to do it. Just backstabbing everyone. How does that sound?
You like sneaking around the back, right? The back entrance.
Oh my. Oh my.
Okay.
That backstabbing joke. So.
I'll make you Dishonored.
Carlos-san. Carlos-san, you're number 3.
Okay, my number 3 is a mobile game, and it's not, a very popular one, I suppose. It's called First Strike. It's a very tense game. It's about, nuclear superpowers bombing each other with nukes, and essentially you're trying to manage. It's essentially a resource management game at the end of the day. So if you're going, for example, you have different countries, and a country might do one action at the same time. So for example, it might build a nuke, it might do some research, or it might build, some defensive stuff or defend the country. So while the entire world is trying to blow each other apart, you are at the same time managing your countries and trying to essentially expand your power and survive. So at the beginning of the game, it starts really slow. You are only managing, only a couple of countries. So, for example, or rather than countries, actually regions, because there are only a couple of superpowers. I believe there are 13 right now. And you are managing, only a couple of regions inside of that superpower. So probably you're going to be clicking maybe 4 things a minute. While at the end, where the nukes are flying everywhere and shit is blowing up all over the place, people are screaming and dying, you are probably going to be clicking your phone faster than in a cookie clicker, and that is amazing in and of itself. So yeah, it's an amazing game. It's a really tense one. I remember myself coming back from either work or from university, and I remember myself not sitting at the PC, which I usually do, or making something to eat. I'm just sitting laying back in my sofa and just clicking the phone rapidly in order to claim this global domination for my superpower. It's really amazing to win with a small country like, for example, North Korea. You only have one region to manage in the beginning, but then you expand. So yeah, it's a really great game. I do really recommend you to try it out. They got a new upgrade. They just made some other superpowers available to people. So you might as well go and check it out. It's really good. Yeah.
Okay, good one.
Okay, have you played that game?
I've seen you playing it a lot.
Yeah. I believe you did. It's an amazing game. I mean, try it out if you can. Yeah. So, number 2, I suppose. Oh, we're getting into really important places now. Rin, what is your number 2?
Okay, my number 2. So, I was going back through my games and found a game that I haven't played for years, and it's released like, I don't know, it's really, really old game, and it's called Arcanum. Yes, it's a...
That's a really old one.
Yes, that's a really old one. It's something like Diablo style, graphically. And you can play it turn-based or real-time action, and... well, as much as there is action. But I really like that it's really in-depth, and you can play as you want. You can sneak around, you can kill everything, you can be evil, you can be good and stuff. You can be just neutral, but who wants to be neutral? I'd rather...
Nobody does.
Well, nobody does. I'd rather be evil, you know. It's quite... I don't know. It's in no matter how you play, it can get really challenging. It has separate endings. It has stuff that's happening in depending what you did, and the usual way I play is like I'm playing half orc and getting really buff, lots of strength, just hitting everyone with my giant sword and stuff. And being evil, you know, just killing it out all towns and stuff. Because everyone likes, you know, genocide.
Yeah. Wow. That's a big one, though. That's a big one.
You just go into a village and commit a genocide, you know.
How's it called? You say Arcanum?
Yeah, Arcanum.
Arcanum. Yeah, I think I've seen this one before. It's one of the oldest games, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really old one. So, that's basically my choice.
Okay, so Paul.
Okay, the number 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, everyone knows it, and no wonder that I put it in the second place. It's League of Legends, of course. So
I tried this year, though.
yes, and basically, this game is still one of the best games I've ever played because, well, I've spent like about 600, 800 hours in this. And yeah, not for a reason. So basically, I really like this game because it has a very complex mechanics and it has a very nice community. Yeah, no, just joking.
In comparison with Dota, though,
yeah,
the community is great.
Yeah, and I really enjoy playing this game with my friends. Especially, that's probably the best part, like playing custom games, raging at each other, and just...
already hates us.
Yeah.
The chat already hates us.
That's the best part.
We got our very first haters.
Good. Good.
Okay. Good.
Can I say that Dota sucks? Okay. No, I did not say that. I did not say that. Okay, so basically, I really enjoy this game. I still do because it's improving in such a fast speed. It's basically rapidly evolving, like every week or every 2 weeks. It kind of updates like everything. It just kind of improves all kinds of mechanics and basically the whole system very often. And I really like this kind of evolving. So I still think that this is one of the best games ever. Yeah.
Oh. That's a big statement, though.
And basically, if you want half of the world hate you, say that Dota sucks, or that you love only League of Legends. Because
Chad is actually, bringing up a fairly, fair point for once, which is kind of great. So they're saying that, if somebody annoys you in the game, like if he's too good, then LoL players usually report him.
But that doesn't do anything.
It doesn't. It takes away some sort of emblems or something like that. I'm not sure what it does. I've never been that good.
It lowers your confidence because you start thinking that you're not very good.
Yeah, and self-esteem. You go around sad. Oh, people report me now. I'm really sad. My mom hates me now. Stuff like that. So yeah, it's not something that you really want to do, I suppose. To get all those like reports that, oh my God, I don't know, lolfag9911 fucked your mom last night, 65, reported you for being offensive. You don't really want that happening. So I think that that's a problem that LoL has to tackle. But, in comparison with the Dota community, you buy the wrong item and suddenly you can hear them yelling at you.
Some kind of Russians somewhere?
Yeah, some kind of Russians yelling at you, shooting their AK-47s into the air and throwing vodka bottles at you. That's not the nicest thing, I suppose.
Yep, agreed.
Yeah.
But it's still a good game. It's a very good game.
Yeah, it's still a very good game to a certain extent. Not for me, though. I hate it. But yeah, some people like it, and, Hitler likes some stuff too, so let's not judge. Maybe judge a little bit.
But then stop, then apologize, and then continue.
Yeah, because they're going to kill us with their AK-47.
Yeah, that's not what we want, right?
Yeah,
okay.
That's not what we want.
So, your second.
The second one actually came out this year, and it's actually this war of mine.
Oh.
This game is amazing. I mean, it's about participants of war. But it's not about soldiers. It's not about you being a badass, going around killing stuff. It's actually about you trying to survive throughout the war. It's not DayZ where you are trying to survive from zombies. The thing that I like about this game, this war of mine, is that through gameplay, it manages to deliver you emotions, which you wouldn't feel, with the recent Call of Duty thing, with press F to feel. It's not like that. I mean, you really do feel sad for the people. I mean, for once, I was basically lacking medicine, and I went into this grandma's house, and essentially in that grandma's house, there were like this, grandma and her husband, I suppose. And they were just sitting at a fireplace, finding this shelter from all of this war. And they were just talking about casual things like, what are we going to eat today and stuff like that. And
have you fed cat?
Medicine. Yeah. So, I opened the door.
Take out the trash.
Suddenly, they are shouting at me. And, they're saying, what are you doing in our house? And I understand how they react. I mean, I would react in the very same way, if somebody broke into my house. And suddenly they start running places, and I got really scared because it's really easy to die in that game. So I just took out a crowbar that I had at the time, and I just killed them.
You did not. You did not.
I did kill them both because I thought that maybe they had a daughter or a son who would bring out a gun and who would kill me for breaking into the house.
So you just killed them to shut them up?
No, I killed them because they posed a danger to my mission. So. But basically, what happened there, I was looting through the stuff, and I was taking all the medicine and all the food which they had, and I found this letter. It was a letter from their, grandson, and it was telling, I'm going to come to visit you, on Wednesday. So hopefully you're still going to be here. I hope that you are still, alive, and I'm praying for you. And, then I saw that, I just killed them. I killed them even though I didn't have to. And I was sitting here feeling like,
an asshole.
Like an asshole, yes.
Yeah.
Like I often feel in real life. But, I did not expect to feel like that, in a video game. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. I mean, it's just, yeah.
So basically you like it because it's very emotional and it actually gives you some kind of emotions and it's insanely realistic in a way.
Yes. So you're sitting here crying, smiling, laughing, trying to survive. I mean, you're going through all of this emotional process in order to survive in that game. So yeah, I survived maybe 20 days in that game, and then I was shot. But yeah. Anyways, it's a really great game. Try it out.
Not without a reason,
Okay.
Yeah,
so I've tried playing this game and I didn't really like it at first, but I'm gonna definitely give it another go.
Yeah, I've played around in it for a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, until it's because at the beginning you're given plenty of stuff, so you don't really have to scavenge a lot. I mean, you are starting in this factory building, and you can find a lot of stuff in the rubble. But as you progress, the stuff gets scarcer and scarcer, and essentially what is happening is that you have to go outside. You have to loot for stuff. Mm-hmm. You are living in this constant. You're living on this line, on the edge of dying, and this is where the game really shines. So yeah, I mean, if you haven't played, at least 4 hours of that game, you're not going to know what I'm talking about.
Okay, got it. Yeah. And before we get to our number first.
Yeah.
Our number ones. Since you are such a sadist and you like killing other people, I have a question for you. You probably already heard about this game, Hatred, which is like...
Oh, yes, I have.
It wants to be banned in everything, and it was banned from Steam. They're not going to release it, and they just want to ban it from everywhere. But it is going to be released, definitely. And what do you think about it? What do you think about this kind of game?
I think that is kind of sad that we have games like this. I mean, I understand, that there is an audience who would be interested in that, but I think that, essentially that game is meant for, basically for the shock value, They just want to, like, it's something like Kane and Lynch. Do you remember that old game?
I haven't played it. I know this one, but I don't...
Yeah, but it's basically something like that. Manhunt was something like that also. So basically, these games are designed with the sole purpose of shocking the player. And, it's an amateur-like game. It doesn't have any complex mechanics. It's just, it's like an arcade shooter. Just, trying with the point of killing as many people as possible. So I don't think that in the context of the events which are happening right now in the world, it's politically correct to release this game. So, and by the way, the game doesn't really have anything to its name. I mean, it just has a concept of killing people for points. So it's not that good. I like when killing people gives you emotions. Now I sound like a really bad person, but yeah, I like when killing people gives me emotions rather than doing it in a cold-blooded manner, like kill streak, domination, sniper, lead sergeant, number 55. Call of Duty stuff, not really into that. Wow, this War of Mine really got me emotionally involved.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you made a good point. What about you, Ren?
Yeah, I think I agree with you.
Yeah. Okay. Wow, that's a long answer.
Yeah, that's completely one-sided.
Yeah.
I kind of think so too, but yeah, I guess we agree about it. Yeah.
By the way, the chat right now is forming some sort of a religion where they're going to
sacrifice to a crowbar.
Sacrifice to crowbars. So yeah, this War of Mine achieved something. Created a religion.
Is that crowbar for Buddha or for Jesus?
No, this is a crowbar. This is a crowbar from this War of Mine, if I got it correctly.
Okay.
Yeah, which I used to kill the elderly couple.
Okay, so let's move on to the number one, and Rin, your turn.
So my number one.
Yeah. He's right. We need to give a minute for the hobo to talk. So let's have him talk.
Hello, kid.
Let him talk.
This is the hobo.
A minute of silence, please.
Wow, this is amazing. Okay, just shut up, hobo. I mean, you're politically correct.
No one cares about you.
We are trying to make a point here, hobo, okay? You cannot say that Obama is racist because he's black. Anyways.
Go learn some JavaScript, you motherfucker.
Okay. Bam!
Okay, go on.
Okay, my number one game.
No.
Yeah.
The number one is.
Oh yeah. And the number one is. Yeah. It doesn't need to have this big of a build-up. I chose it only not because I enjoyed it the most, but because I played it the most. So it's kind of you play the most, it means you enjoyed it the most. And try to guess, it's League of Legends.
Okay, that is good.
Yes, I can't actually say that it's, oh my god, it's so freaking amazing, but I spent so much time on it.
Okay.
Yes, I spent so much time on it and I enjoyed it, I hated it, I had all kinds of emotions with it, like mostly wanting to kill the people there, but
yeah,
like report after surrender at 20, report this fact.
So you like beating the shit out of those guys who say that they report.
Yeah,
but they're usually your teammates, so good luck with that.
My teammates. So yeah.
Okay. So number one for you, Paul.
Yeah, we all know it. Yeah, that's definitely Dragon Age Inquisition.
Oh, the MMO, the single-player MMO.
No, it's not the MMO. Okay. Basically, I don't really want to say anything about it. I kind of, when I was really hyped about it, I said that it was the game of the decade, and I don't really want to take my words back. It's one of the best games of this decade, definitely. So I can basically say why I liked it. First reason, it's insanely big world. It has very interesting quests. It's just like you can do whatever you want, and you usually just, if you wind up somewhere talking with an NPC, he usually gives you some interesting information. You go to that place, and then you kind of find something more interesting. Then you go to another place, and you find something interesting again, and that just basically goes on and on. And even without the main quest, which I think is also incredibly awesome, you always have something to do, and it's always interesting. You never feel bored or tired, and there's no grinding. The one downside, I think, is crafting system. It's not the best one, but it's good enough. It suffices. And basically, the other reason is that I really like the consequences. Because whatever you do, whatever choices you make, they will definitely affect the world in a huge way. It has you have a very big impact on everything that goes around you. So and you usually have a lot of different options, not just two. It's like you can shape the world in any way you want. So yeah, that's one of the best reasons why I like it so much.
The chat is amazing. I just want to point out. I mean,
I can't read everything so fast.
People love us.
Missing out. You are missing out if you're not reading the chat.
Okay, I will. Now go on.
Lovely interaction.
Sanitelti. Okay, go on.
Okay, so
People in the chat are being amazing.
So, could you potentially guess my favorite game of the year? I'm just wondering.
Probably that. What's it called? That strategy game that you've been playing a lot recently.
Tofu boy.
Yeah, the strategy game, the epic strategy game.
I think maybe it's Civilization 5. No.
No, I haven't.
No, StarCraft 2.
It's
StarCraft 2.
And Linus? Or Ren?
And I think that it's Age of Empires. Yeah? No, not the Age of Empires. It's
The chat.
chat. Oh my gosh, that chat. So yeah, just say it. I forgot the name of the game.
Okay, so fuck Pimp City. Yes, that is the game which I enjoyed. It's an immense strategic experience. I mean, getting those wars to the clients. I mean, amazing. It's really hard, but if you try hard enough. Notice how I'm using the word hard overly, right, in this context. So if you get the customers hard and their hard wishes, you can make them soft and spongy inside. And thus, really happy with your services. But yes, my favorite game of this year, which I tried, this year and this year only, is StarCraft 2: Heart of the Swarm. I haven't played StarCraft in a while. I mean, it's been quite a while since I played it. I think I haven't played it in a year or so, and then I bought the Heart of the Swarm, and then we started playing it with other people basically, and we really enjoyed the experience basically. So it's something like if we're checking the emotions which it transfers to us, I suppose, or makes us feel. It's something like League of Legends. I mean, you're up in the skies when you're winning, and you're shouting at your computer when you're failing. I mean, we really enjoyed the team play, which is included in that. So, I mean, we do enjoy when developers get hard on us, and then when they release all of the hardness on our faces. But yes.
That sounded so wrong.
Yes, but StarCraft 2 is an amazing game. I mean, I really enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to Legacy of the Void. I mean, there are some exciting changes coming on, and well, we'll see how it goes. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Of course, I'm not good at it. Not by any stretch of the imagination. So yeah.
Yeah, I guess I could add that it has a pretty steep learning curve. Basically, not learning, but getting your skills up in shape. Just basically.
It's hard work. I mean.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that it's pretty difficult to master this game. To learn it, yeah, it's okay, but if you want to beat even the elite AI, which is still pretty good, you need to be quite good at this game. And that takes a lot of time to learn, so it's a very good game. Insanely complex and interesting, so yeah.
Probably it does. But the thing is that with the amount of clicking that StarCraft requires, I started to understand why Korean girls like gamers so much.
Oh, no, don't go there. Don't go
Oh my god. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, their fingers are like, how do they get the 300 APM? For those who do not know, APM is 300 actions per minute, which usually means 300 clicks a minute.
Yeah, but that's just not just clicks. It's usually doing a lot more than just clicking.
Yes.
You probably, normal people couldn't even click like 100 times the mouse, so what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh my, yes.
Oh my.
Yes.
That game is like. Have you ever seen a StarCraft pro player?
No, I haven't seen because they're extinct. I mean, they never leave their houses. I've noticed. I mean, they live in the darkness.
They live in this computer screen.
Yes.
Half of their body is in the computer.
Yeah, exactly.
They just
this is how they get the APM.
They morph into computer. They integrate with it.
Yeah, they probably just using, when they go to sleep, they start clicking the mouse, and when they just go to sleep, they are unconsciously they are still clicking it.
Yes.
In the morning they see, oh my god, my APM improved like 5 by 5. My god.
5 clicks.
By 5, yeah.
Oh my god. But I'm just thinking, how do they sleep at night? Do they still go with the fingers, working? Because they're more minded toward that. So yeah, I went there. So Nobody's not too angry about that. You know, we love our moms. You know, some just love them in a different way. But yes, now, to move away from this awkward topic. Now, have you tried any horrible games this year? I mean, the games which you despised. Now,
good question. I'll take a look at my Steam library right now.
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that. But the game which I didn't really enjoy this year, and I thought that I would enjoy. By the way, I'm buying time in order to look at my Steam library at the same time, so don't be too angry at me. But yes, just a second. Oh, by the way, the thing happened to my computer, as some of you might know. You know, these guys definitely know, but the guys in the chat or who are viewing the stream do not. I mean, the thing that happened to my computer, my video card burnt down, I suppose. Something like that happened. So essentially, I cannot play good games. I can only play games with poor graphics, or games which do not require a lot of power from the graphics card.
Can I ask something, you Carlos? People in the chat want you to show them your fingering skills.
Oh, that's a special thing. You have to buy the promo package. Yeah, now the game which I enjoyed at first, but then I started really hating it, is Love Browsers. I mean, we are talking about, games which are not that, which are not, straight up awful, like Guys of the Wolf or stuff like that. We're talking about games which were supposed to be good. And Love Browsers was supposed to be really good. And at first, when I turned it on for first hour, it was really good for me. But then I suddenly started despising it. And the reason why was that, it's the same map over and over and over and over again. The same formula. Yeah, you get the new engine, and you start, flying faster or something like that, But still, it's the same thing. So this is the reason why I didn't really enjoy that. Now, go Red. What is your game which you didn't enjoy this year?
What is the game I didn't enjoy this year?
What is the game that I didn't enjoy this year?
The game that you despised the most.
Did I despise the most? I don't remember how it's called accurately, but
just describe it to us.
Yeah, there was a game that Carlos sent me a link to. It was a Flash game in one site, and it's something about.
Does it have anything to do with Anivia?
Yes, a little bit.
Oh, no,
We're not going there.
No.
And that game was about, well, it's a Flash League of Legends parody game, and you just, I don't know, you're basically someone that defeated Akali, and, you're...
No, we're not going to, let me get you on that. We are not going to those games.
And she wasn't enjoying.
No, we are not talking about those games. We shouldn't have gone there. It's horrible. Let us not mention that ever again. I mean, I don't understand what the people are who play those games. This was the sole reason of this game was.
I don't understand why did you send me
just shut up?
To that game?
Shut up? No, we are not going to that territory right now. Could you tell us a game which was on Steam?
Oh, that one. Okay, but it's not that interesting.
Not on porn Steam, but on normal Steam.
Okay, then it's Dino D-Day, which is quite awful.
That is once again about the D's. Could you just step away from all of the great games?
Great games of D's. No, it was just a freaking game that it's Counter-Strike-like, but
30% of our viewers because of
30.
Yeah, Akali. So, yeah.
Akali. And, yeah, so basically, it was a game, Counter-Strike-like, when one side is playing for as humans and other side is playing as dildos. I'm sorry, dinosaurs. As dinosaurs. Dinosaurs. What? And yeah, and it's basically a terrible game that you don't want to even try.
But I did.
Yes, it's horrible.
Indeed.
The chat is going to go crazy.
Sorry, guys. Okay, and in my case, I have a lot of games that I didn't really like this year, but probably the worst one was... how was it called, the game that you sent me, the gift?
Oh, DEF CON.
DEF CON, yeah, but just joking, just joking. I think the worst game that I've played would probably be Terraria.
Oh.
Yeah, because I actually played it a little bit before, but it was a huge disappointment because it's like it's not to my taste completely. And I'm not saying it's a bad game, but I hated it completely because I just couldn't enjoy it at all. Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
And I also didn't like Evolve, the new one. That's I kind of it's a bad game. Yeah, but from in my own opinion, in my honest opinion.
Yeah, in my own honest opinion. Yeah, now the chat is really angry at you because obviously Terraria is great. Yes, I do agree with chat. And I mean, it's a great game. But you don't get to kill a lot of stuff, but no, Minecraft is not better than Terraria. Okay, so I think we are done with the games when it comes to that. So I was wondering now, talking about different things from the world. I have just watched The Hobbit. I watched 2 movies. I haven't watched The 5 Armies yet, but there's so much rage going on the internet when it comes to this movie.
About the 60 FPS thing? Or not?
No, not
what
about
do you mean
that. I mean, a lot of people are angry that the Peter Jackson was the director of the movie. He did not include a lot of stuff. Which is, could you not do that? could you stop with the it's the sex toys collection? Well, that is for the premium viewers, $14.99. Go figure it out on eBay. I mean, that another show is really great. This is just a sneak peek. But yes, now when it comes to Hobbit, a lot of people are angry that a lot of stuff from the books is not implemented into the movies. And the another thing is that Peter Jackson changed a lot of stuff. So I was wondering, what do you think? Did you watch Hobbit?
I did, but I didn't read the books and I didn't watch the previous 2 movies, so I don't really have an idea.
Boo! Shame on you. Shun.
So yeah.
Now.
Yeah. Okay. I watched the movies and I enjoyed them. To be honest, I enjoyed them. It's not like the best movies for my taste, at least, but I pretty much enjoy them. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's nothing to rage about.
Yeah, but I mean, have you watched have you read the books?
I've read the book.
The book, yes.
Hobbit is the book.
Yes, I know. It's the book.
The book.
It's not that good of a book, but I have to say that I really enjoyed what Peter Jackson did. To the people in the chat, we did finish off with the games. I mean, we talked about them for an hour now, so there are some people who.
We'll get back to it maybe at the end.
Yeah, we'll get back to it, in due time. But first of all, so essentially, I really like what they did with the movies because, well, first of all, Hobbit wasn't that good of a book anyway. It was a childish story for primarily children. It was Tolkien's first work. I mean, there's just basically a lot of people who expected to see the direct implementation. And what I like about the Hobbit movies is that they relate to the movies of Lord of the Rings. So you can make sort of a marathon or something like that. So it's actually quite nice. I mean, that you can watch all of the movies and knowing that, Tolkien family is not going to be giving off any more licenses to the Hollywood, it's fairly nice that we can have a day-long marathon of basically Hobbit movies, or not Hobbit movies, Lord of the Rings movies. I really hope that they make Orange Children, but they probably won't. So yeah, what are your thoughts on this? Wow.
I like me like the movies. Yes, but those movies are quite long. Like it's like
good that they're long.
Yes, it's good. It gives you a lot of content to watch and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can spend lots of time, when you don't have to work and stuff, and yeah, pretty much just relax and watch the movies and all that story stuff.
Yeah, and another thing that I really enjoyed is how the actor who stars Bilbo, the actor whoever or whatever his name is. You know, the Bilbo guy is amazing. I mean, he makes the movies, honestly. And you know, when I was reading the book of Hobbit, and that happened maybe 6 years ago, you know, I didn't really enjoy it because I didn't think that it has a strong message or anything like that. But while watching the movies, I understood that this is actually not about, you know, the journey or something like that. It's about, you know, a person coming out of their shell, you know, and, you know, stepping out of the box and doing something crazy. So yeah, it's all about that, and I really enjoyed that. Anyways, so have you watched anything interesting lately when it comes to the movie or, you know, series? Because I started watching The Amazing Office. Well, the name is just
the
Office.
TV series?
Yeah, the TV series. I have to say I hate it. I hate every single second of it. And, you know, it's really awkward. It's built on this awkwardness around the office. It's basically showing the daily life of office, and, well, it's not really that nice. So, essentially, what is going on there is, you know, there's this company who has this boss who thinks that, you know, he's awesome. And then, you know, he does all of the random stuff to the employees, and employees hate him. But the thing is that, you know, the entire humor of the series is built on awkwardness. And I have to tell, you know, to myself and to people who maybe are interested in watching it, it's making me feel awful and awkward just looking at the TV series. But I don't know what it is, but I still keep watching it. And I have watched 3 seasons. So I was wondering, so have you ever watched a TV series where you felt, you know, really awkward while doing that?
I've watched this TV
Sex and the
series. No, I've watched Office, and there is another title it's not really the awkward one. There are some awkward situations, but it like gets me really emotional watching it, and it's called Awkward.
Oh, yes, I know that. Oh,
yes.
It's on MTV, right? It's about a red-headed girl or something like that. But she's really bitchy, though.
Yes, I hate her. She's a main character, and I hate her.
Yes, and she is annoying as fuck. And her friend, even more annoying.
Yes.
Now, I like how Povlas does not know what we're talking about.
No
by the way,
idea.
I really enjoyed the series which MTV did. It was called Underemployed, I think, or something like that. It was really, really good. You know, I'm actually considering, you know, watching it online, you know, on Netflix or whatever. Anyways, going through Facebook today. Well, this is as random as you might get, but, you know, I was just going through my Facebook, and you know when you find these posts which you find just basically straight up annoying, when you want to punch the screen and just walk away like a badass, ruining your hardware and potentially your life. But, you know, it's worth it. I do know those moments.
Let's say that
too many of those.
Too many of those. Very good. So today, I saw a post about, there was this girl basically, and she was posting about hunting, and she said, you know, we should stop hunting because it's inhumane. You know, nobody should be able to hunt. So what do you think about that, guys?
It's stupid.
What do you mean, stupid? Hunting is stupid?
No, it's stupid that you should end hunting.
And why is that? Maybe she found it really, really smart.
It's okay. First of all, if you stop hunting, what will happen to freaking animals? You know how much they reproduce?
Oh, okay? Yeah, the bunnies.
Bunnies and stuff. Yeah, and like, come on. Think about farmers.
Yeah.
Okay? Their all stuff that they are growing will be destroyed, and you know what? You could forget bread. You won't be eating that anymore, and that's basically why hunting even exists. It's to like decrease the population, fucking animals and meat, obviously.
Yeah. You know, I'm Paul. What do you think about hunting?
Really nothing to add. I just kind of think it's also stupid because hunting is basically not only for entertainment but for the control. You know, so I don't see a reason why to ban it.
I think the girl was referring to hunting as a hobby, I suppose. So yeah, because you know there was this girl, I forgot the name, but during the Olympics or during the football championship. Basically, what was happening, that girl was accepted as a model to some sort of a big company, and then she posted a picture of herself, shooting some sort of a animal, like an elephant or something like that. And well, she got fired for that because she got a lot of flack on Facebook. So I was wondering, this was about the picture of the girl. She just, I'm a fag for raising such a question. First of all, I would like to say that I'm not against hunting. I really do appreciate hunting. I've done hunting a couple of times myself, with a bow.
Like trying to catch the rabbit, right? That one?
Yeah, that didn't go too well. For those who do not know the story, we went to Spain. We spent a month there. You shouldn't be really making fun of me because you were our expert fisherman, and you were...
Without a fishing rod, so... But yeah, we both sucked.
Yeah, we both sucked. Well, I sucked metaphorically, he sucked, well... literally. Anyways, let's move away from that.
Well, at least he had food.
Well, he had to eat something. Not entirely sure if that's true.
Also, while we're talking about Facebook, I have a question.
Yeah.
What do you think, guys, about the controversial topic of dislike button?
Oh my! Now that's a spicy one. I think.
Do you think that's necessary?
I would enjoy it.
Why?
Why? Because I could just click dislike if I see someone posting stupid stuff like they do.
Yeah, but don't you think that Facebook is already like this kind of the main problem of depression for all of these young people these days? And if you started disliking all of their posts, then they would maybe suicide rate would go even higher.
What? You would dislike their post, not comment that they suck.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's better a little bit.
I'm sorry. Somebody is questioning my masculinity. You are hunting with a fucking bow. Fact confirmed. How about fucking Rambo with a bow? The bow is one of the most masculine instruments that you can use in order to hunt. The next ones are a machine gun and a fucking RPG. Both of those are illegal here. So I'm left with a bow. Okay? So yeah, this is how I hunt. Deal with it, internet.
No, you should use your spear for hunting.
Now,
your spear.
Yeah, with a knife and a spear,
Yes.
Jumping from the tree on a wild boar. Yeah, that would be amazing. I would be dead in 5 seconds. But yeah.
But that would be manly.
That would be manly as fuck, yes.
Yeah.
That would be manly as fuck. Now, I was wondering, so basically, Bo is... Shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up. Anyways, don't question me. I think it's masculine. I think it's great. Anyways, talking about the dislike button, I think that Zuckerberg addressed that issue, and he basically barefist, like barefist as in bear, or barefist as in like this. Anyway,
or fisting
a bear. Anyways, yeah. Going.
Okay, let's get back to the Facebook topic. I tried imagining it. Don't do this, guys.
Me fisting a boar or me hunting with a machine gun?
No, get back to the Facebook topic, please.
Yeah. So the dislike button, essentially, Mark Zuckerberg actually talked about it. Oh yeah, Barrett 82. We're not fucking Americans. We can't do that here. So yeah. Anyways, the dislike button. Mark Zuckerberg actually said that he wants Facebook to be this free space where there are butterflies and happy opinions and everybody's happy. So he wants to make Facebook into this utopia where everybody is free to express their ideas and to tell whatever is on their mind. Now, if Facebook was to introduce a dislike button, what would happen? A lot of people would feel pressured into not posting, stuff because they would think that, oh my god, it's going to be offensive.
Well, maybe at least they won't post stupid things.
Yes, but you can once again. Carlos loves fisting a bear and boar confirmed. Yes, you figured me out. I go into the forest on weekends and fist a bear. Fist myself some bear. Oh yeah. Yes.
Oh, you're not naughty one.
So, for example, if I was a bear fister and I wanted to announce that on Facebook, I would get plenty of dislike buttons as well as a lot of shares. So I guess it kind of compensates on that front. But yes, so I would be forced into not into basically not expressing my ideas as freely as I
But you
want.
could be not only famous, but infamous.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Dishonored. Here we are back again. But essentially, you know, I think that, you know, the last thing that Facebook needs right now is a dislike button. You know, I think that a person, you know, should be notified. Like, you know, a person still gets enough feedback. For example, if he posts some sort of a shitty thing, what is going to happen eventually, you know? He's going to have like 2 or 3 likes on that. You know, 2 of them are going to be, you know, his grandma and his mom. So he's going to probably realize that, you know, I'm posting shitty stuff. Yeah, or nobody cares. So as a result of that, he's going to stop.
Fuck off. Oh god. Oh god.
The chat is amazing. Yes. So as I said, you know, let's, you know. So for example, so people, you know, wouldn't share their ideas and thoughts, you know, and sometimes, you know, there are really introverted people who have, you know, like, who give it, you know, only one chance. You know, for example, maybe they release a really cool painting or something like that. And if they get like, you know, 500 dislikes, because, well, first of all, you know, likes and dislikes are pretty much anonymous. You know, nobody's checking who's disliking the content. And another thing is that, you know, I think something like that was introduced in a social network long, long ago. So in Lithuania, because we are all Lithuanians here, there was the social network called One.
Oh god.
One.lt. Yes, and basically it had this evaluation system, whereas you could evaluate, you know, your friends' photos. You know, you could evaluate by 1, 2, 5, 20, and something like that. You know, it was really strange. So basically, essentially, let me do this right here.
Yeah, please answer it for the stream.
Yeah, for the stream, you might as well try to answer it. Oh, now my internet is really slow. So, what is going on? Just a second, please, guys. I'm gonna. Hopefully, that is going to work. Yes. So, now that we've gone into the banning stuff, so because it's offensive and, you know, there might be some gay people actually here, so please don't do that, you know, not that I'm gay or anything, but yeah. So don't do some really offensive jokes, like try to constrain yourselves. Illuminati confirmed, yes. But anyways, essentially what is going on is that, you know, I forgot what I wanted to say. Thank you, Go Kill Flocks. So yeah. Anyways, any ideas on the dislike button?
From the stream?
Not. Yes, we banned Go Kill Plaques. Yes, we did that. We are evil people. But
you should have just wrote a timeout. Okay.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, I tried.
Actually, how long did you time out him?
600 seconds.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's not too much, I think. You know.
Okay. So dislike button.
Yeah.
I kind of think it would be not very good, but in some ways it might be beneficial, because it would reduce the biggest problem, which is just stupid people posting stupid stuff, which is annoying. But, you know, this kind of thing is avoidable. You can completely avoid it if you just unfollow that person, so it's not very necessary. But in some ways, for example, if you're having a discussion, well, it's usually easier to just press a dislike button instead of writing a comment, so
yeah, but at the same time, is that really necessary?
Yeah, I guess not really.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, it's not necessarily just something that you would like to have, but, you know, a lot of people get depressed when they go onto Facebook. And I have to admit that, you know, I am, I suppose, in a sense, you know, one of those people. You know, I go into Facebook, you know, and it seems that, you know, everybody else is living in heaven, sort of. You know, they have a lot of friends, they're eating delicious foods, going around places and stuff like that. You know, I think that, you know, the dislike button is the last thing that people need. You know, it would demotivate people from spreading ideas. And, you know, Facebook is already this platform where people who are not really famous, for example, can spread themselves around. And
yeah, you actually have a good point here.
Spread yourself around everyone.
Yes. Yes. So, anyways, Now, let us see, because I have this little book of topics that I have here, and I might as well try to change it into something else. So, yeah, wow. By the way, probably every single one of you heard about the Charlie Hebdo thing. Happened in France, some journalists got killed because of what happened there. Are you aware of the situation, like what happened there?
No, in a way. Yeah, a little bit.
I heard a little bit about it, but not
just to be sure, is it true that there were 2 hostage situations, right?
Yes, I believe
And
so.
in one, they immediately started shooting without waiting for anything. Is that
Yeah,
true?
maybe. I haven't really analyzed the situation to such degree, but I've noticed that, a lot of people are up in their arms, when it comes to France. They're saying that, we are supporting France, liberty must be there, freedom of speech must be out there. And the thing that happened, right now in Niger, I believe, was about 2,000 people already got killed because of these things. There are massive protests and riots. And basically, I was wondering, so why do you think it is that the press covers so meticulously the events which happen in France, for example, or in USA, whereas they ignore something like that in Pakistan or in Niger?
Well, that's a good question, actually. And damn it, there's only one way to, just say why. It's because people don't give a fuck about others, okay? If they live bad, nobody gives a fuck about them, okay?
Yeah. So, I mean, what you're saying essentially is that how rich you are defines, how much care you should get.
Yeah, not
the richer you are,
not what should you get, but what you get. Okay,
Uh-huh.
what should be and what is, it's really different things. And when you are fucking rich, okay, let's call it that way.
Are you literally fucking rich, or are you really rich?
Okay, Carl.
Let's say that a person.
Yeah, Parisian.
Person has like $20 million, okay? And another person is like some guy that is working part-time job and stuff, and okay? And the person working part-time job gets killed. How much press attention would it get? And how much press attention would it get when $20 million having person would get killed?
Yeah, but I mean, with those people, I mean, the guy who is working a part-time job is easily replaceable, and nobody essentially cares about him because, well, he is meaningless in the context of the society. While the guy who, has $20 million or whatever, he means something to the society. I mean, he is something really. So, I mean, he creates, probably a lot of GDP. He adds up a lot to the economy. He increases the well-being around him. So this is why a lot of people care about him. Now, with France and Niger, it's I think
it's the same way.
No, I wouldn't necessarily agree. And
Can I hop
the
in?
reason why I'm sorry.
Can I opt in?
Huh?
First of all, what was your question really? You mean the media coverage of
Yeah. What do you
the
think?
same country, or do you mean the media country? For example, if you're living in Lithuania, basically, and you mean the media coverage of other
No,
countries like Nigeria?
I mean, only a bunch of people know about what happened in Niger. Niger and Nigeria.
So
are
you
two
mean
different
globally?
countries. Yes, globally. So, basically, I was asking, why do you think it is so that, developed countries get a lot of media coverage in matters like these, while, even bigger tragedies in smaller countries or less developed countries, don't get any coverage at all, almost?
I might know the answer. I kind of think that this is basically because, these European countries, for example, the first world, for example, let's say France, right? So they already know that if something happens, they need to stand up for it immediately, because if they just ignore it, then it's going to be even bigger issue. And basically, what I kind of think that in, for example, Nigeria, they are kind of used to this kind of thing, and they just, maybe they are scared of something, they don't want to
The world is
kind
not
of...
used to that.
And
The other hand.
yeah, I guess, but kind of this. I think this just depends on the people. And when you're talking about global media, then
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good question, really good question.
I think that the reason why, I mean, a lot of people are hating on this, and I just wanted to express my opinion, I think that, we should probably finish with this topic and then, just go around our plans and just tell people what are we going to do and, when the next podcast is going to be. So I think, and then wrap things up because, well, we are approaching the 2 hours mark slowly, but surely. So anyways, yeah, basically what I think about that is that such countries as France, USA, and in general, all first world countries are considered to be these safe havens. People do not expect things like that to happen there. They go to those countries in order to avoid all of the instability and all of the things, basically. They expect that, they're going to be a part of this ideal utopian society. Whereas in such countries as Nigeria, everybody expects them to be unsafe. And, at the end of the day, they know, people know that they have huge problems. For example, they had riots this summer, so those things were happening. So yeah, I mean, I just think that it is due to the fact that, due to people's expectations, So people expect safety when they go into France. People expect instability when they go into Niger. So, and this is basically why so many people are shocked with, 12 people getting killed in France. Whereas, 2,000 people killed in Niger is no big deal.
Yeah, that's true.
Even though the lives matter just as much as they do. So, yeah. Any more additional inputs? Anybody wants to say anything? Will the hobo say anything?
Need some work.
I need some work for the terrorists. Yeah.
Okay, but other than that, if there are no additional inputs, I think we should start wrapping it up. So, Linus, what are your plans for the next week?
Nothing, I guess.
Okay, so probably that's going to be great. Paul, do you have anything?
Might go to Japan. Yeah, of course, joking.
Right.
But yeah, my plan's just working, trying to do some random stuff. And basically trying to learn new things, which you know about.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna share them. No, not yet.
Trying to learn
Just
new
basically
things.
doing new things.
Oh my god, trying to do some new things. That's amazing.
What about you?
As for me, I'm probably going to be trying out the Shogun 2 Total War Fall of the Samurai. So that should be great. We can talk about it on the next podcast. Probably going to be watching the last episode or part of the Hobbit series, so that should also be really amazing. Other than that, nothing too special. I think we are going to do the next podcast for those who are interested, for all of those 3 people who are still here. We might be doing that this week on Thursday or next week on Thursday. We will see. But this should be a regular thing. If you missed some part of the podcast, this is probably going to be uploaded into YouTube. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch and YouTube. The channel name is The Chosen Hobos. So yeah, you can go check us out. We're going to be actively participating in those. If you want to communicate with us, you can always, if you know us personally, you can always, text us on Facebook. We appreciate that. But other than that, we have a Facebook page, so you can go and write something there. Anyways, it's been a great honor to see and to work with you today, and it was really great, just seeing the community in the chat.
Thanks for the active chat.
The chat was really active, and we have to thank people for it. So yeah, probably we all enjoyed doing this, and yeah. So
look forward to next time.
Yeah, probably. So play the outro music, which is the same as intro music.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay. Give me a second.
Do it really quickly.
Is it okay if we start from the place we finished?
Just yes.
Okay. Then here it goes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm the only one who can hear it.
Yes.
Okay, give it a second.
Anyways,
Okay,
so
now you should hear it.
Good luck, guys, and well, hope to see you again next time.
Ta-ta.
Ta-ta. Got it.
Just kill
Cut the thing.
the fuck.
Cut the thing.